up, YouTube? So today, what is going on the farm today? Well, today is the day that we started planting corn for 2026 growing season. So it is April 24th. The weather is pretty good overall. 60-some degrees, sun is shining, so not a bad day. Soil temp was about 57 this morning, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So we got the 1770 MT 16-row planter rolling. Pulling it with the 8400. So yeah, we're going to start poking some corn in the ground here, and we will see how it goes. So 8400 running. We have got 4640 brake controller going here, so I'm planting on a prescription. So we use prescriptions in this field. In this case, it's very simple. It's dry land and irrigated. So irrigated, we have center pivots to where we can apply some water when we need to, and when we have dry conditions. The dry land is in the corners where we don't get any irrigation. And so we drop the population back. So like in this case here, I'm planting about 33,000 seeds per acre underneath of the pivot, and we're dropping about 25,000 in the dry land corners. So we are running just a low rate of a mix in furrow. So that mix has a little bit of nitrogen, a little bit of phosphorus, and a little bit of potassium. And then we use some biological type products in that mix that are there to help build soil biology, to help free up nutrients that are in the soil, and help break down the residue that's on the soil surface. So, and then, they also help fight off the bad bugs in the soil, the bad biology in the soil that can cause diseases and other problems. So that's what we're running in furrow. We're planting on top of our strips, which if you've seen any of the other videos that we've made the last couple weeks, some of the shorts videos, we talk about strip tilling a little bit and talk about what we ran in the strip to get started with. So there's some nitrogen and some phosphate and some sulfur down in that strip. It's about 6 or 7 inches below where our seeds are going and being placed right now. So as their little roots emerge, they can get down into that fertility band and get off to a good start to the year. I like banded fertilizer. It's more efficient than a broadcast. So for those of you that don't know, broadcast is where we would cover every acre of the field with a blanket of fertilizer, versus a band. You can see these little dark strips in front of the hood of the tractor. That's the strip. And we have a concentrated band of nutrients down inside that strip right underneath where that plant's going to grow, so we can be a lot more efficient with our nutrients than a broadcast application. So that's why we do it. But anyway, we're getting started, so we'll check in here after a little bit and we'll see how things are going. So all right, little update here. So we are about 57.5 acres into this field. So far the planter's been running good. Soil conditions have been good. One of my favorite times of the day when you get to kick the lights on and cruise back and forth and enjoy a sunset, which is just about over. Yeah, it is. Stars are starting to come out. So overall, been a pretty good afternoon. Everything's running the way it should. We've got mountain dug several times behind the planter to make sure it's doing the job we want it to do, and so far it is. Depth has been real consistent, spacing looks good. Shockingly enough, for as dry as we've been, I don't know how we're hitting moisture, but we are. So, no, the moisture piece has been really shocking because we have been exceptionally dry here lately. Oh my gosh, she shut off. I just hit my previous pass I was running. The west side of this field gets a little tricky there. The center pivot lays up against the trees, kind of weird. So yeah, it takes a little bit to get planted around us, but anyway. No, so like I was saying, we've been exceptionally dry here lately. We had a little pop-up storm about a week ago that literally dropped anywhere from pea to quarter size hail for 8 to 10 minutes and about 15 drops of rain. And that's all we really had for moisture. So today's Friday night. There's a pretty good chance of rain on Sunday. They're calling for about 1.30 inches. So hopefully we get it. We'll see what happens, but if we don't get it, it's going to be a long summer and an expensive one for the irrigation bill. So we'll see what happens with that. Most of the western part of the state is in extreme drought according to the drought monitor. Right here we are classified as severe drought, so we're only one step away from the extreme drought. Hopefully it stays that way and we see improvement. So the old saying I always used to say, plant in the dust and the bins will bust. So I guess we tested that theory last year, and actually for us it worked out pretty well. We did have pretty good yields, so we'll see what happens this year. I like good yields. I also don't like having to pump water all the time and the expense of that. So anyway, I'll check in a little later, but if you could, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, so that way you can stay up to date on whatever we're putting out. Last summer, I wasn't terribly good about putting out videos. This summer, I want to be better about it, and I want to make sure that, one, I'm going to throw out some agronomic tips for the guys that have been farming and do farm. I want to do some introductory material for people that don't even have a clue what a farm is or what a farm does. So that's how I kind of want to keep the channel. I want to keep it where there's a little something for everybody. So anyway, stay tuned. We'll check in here in a little bit. All right, so it is just after midnight on I guess now technically day 2 of planting. Finished the first field. Now we've moved on to the field that we strip tilled cross row to change the row direction. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. It's just about a 2 or 3 minute short video. But anyway, quick update here. So got the planter rolling, crossed it. It is not as rough as it was when we strip tilled it, but obviously it's still pretty bouncy, as you can tell from the video. I'm rocking back and forth in the cab pretty good, so did have to slow down a little bit, drop the gear on the travel speed, and did increase the downforce on the planter row units just a little bit to try to get a better ride. So got out, did some digging behind it. Overall, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the way it's planting. Same thing here, still into pretty good moisture. Our seed depth actually looks really good and consistent, so I think it helps. The floating row cleaners are kind of plowing away a little bit, leveling some things off to get a little better ride on the row unit, so that is helping. But I wasn't going to start here tonight, and then I don't know, I've been kind of excited about this project all year of the change of row direction and strip till cross row, so I kind of said, all right, we're going to throw some more corn in the planter and we're going to give it a go and see what happens here and just how it works. So I'm going to finish this round up and we'll go shut her down for the night, and start in the morning. We'll still be done before the rain starts. So anyway, that's going to be the end of day one here. Again, thank you for watching the video. If you liked enough, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It is appreciated. So, and we'll catch some more video on day 2 in the daylight. Alright, we are back after it again. We just had to stop. We had a couple bearings go out on some closing wheels. I was going to video that and show how you fix it, but basically we were planting, and you look over at some of the rows we had planted before, you could see that it was really digging in, so we had to stop and run and get those and change them out fast, which was fun because so far today we've been trying to outrun the rain, and we've been doing all right about it. But we did just catch a pretty good little sprinkle when we were working on finishing up changing out those closing wheels on the planter. So far it did just enough to make a mess of the windows on the tractor. Hopefully it stays that way. We've got about 113 acres to go, and this field will be done. So here at some point though, I'll take some video and show you what it looked like when those go out and what kind of a mess it can make. So stay tuned. Well, we're still going. It has rained. You got buddy with me? It's rained enough to make a mess of the tractor windows, sticking to the row cleaners a little bit, but it's not sticking to the gauge wheels, and so that's one of the most critical parts when things start getting damp and conditions aren't quite the greatest, is watch the gauge wheels, which are the black wheels on the sides of the planter row units that set your seed depth. And if it gets wet, you can start building up mud and dirt on those, and then it starts messing with your depth. So far though, here is planting the crossrow strip till field in the daylight. Not working too bad. I think last night I had to slow down a little bit, a little more downforce. Planter's not riding quite as nice as I'd like it to, but I expected that coming into this, so we're making it work. Down to about 46 acres left on this field, and it looks like got some blue sky and some sun over there, and then that way it's pretty dark on the radar. It actually looks like they're getting a pretty good rain over that way, and north of us is getting a pretty good rain. So maybe, just maybe, we're gonna get lucky here and be able to get this finished up. So we will see. So we didn't have time to film it in the field, but all the little rains that we missed today, the big one made up for it. So we got probably an inch and a half rain in like 20 minutes. A lot of hail, a lot of wind. Didn't film it because we had bags of corn in the back of the pickup, so that turned into a rush to hurry up and try to get them out of the back of the pickup and into the back seat of the pickup. So anyway, yeah, it's good though. We needed the rain. We're super dry, so there's way worse things that could have happened. But anyway, we got like 42 acres left to go. Yeah, we'll get back after it when it dries out. So